Hey, what's going on YouTube? We got Chigs Smooth in the
Yes,
building,
sir.
brother. How you doing, man? It is early. I feel like
It is.
Charlemagne.
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. I've definitely wanted to interview you, man. I've seen a lot of your videos. So, how long have you been doing this YouTube thing, bro?
Man, I've been on YouTube for about a decade, bro. I've been
Man,
on and off on YouTube since I was like probably 15,
yeah.
15 or 16.
How
Yeah,
old are you now?
28 now.
Nice. So you've been
Yeah,
grinding.
I just turned. Yeah, man, it's been a long grind. YouTube is not easy. Especially if it's something that you want to do long term. It's a lot of work. Sometimes you may get lucky, and you may hit like two viral videos and you be lit. But for the most part, it's a grind. It's a daily grind of just constant videos and constant content, man.
Lots of a grind, man. Sometimes I wake up, you already 4 videos in. So typically, how many videos do you drop like per week and per month? Like how do you go about it? You got a schedule or you just unload, bruh?
Yeah. I do have a schedule. So I wake up pretty early. Wake up like 6:30. Some people may say that's early. Overachievers will probably tell you, "Yo, I get up at 4:30. That's cool for you." For me, 6:30 is early enough. Put out a video then, and then I pretty much try to schedule my videos out every 2 3 hours. So just so my channel can have content on it. So every 2 3 hours there should be a video. Sometimes if I'm busy during the day, then every maybe 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. But typically, if it's a good day with like good content, then every 2 3 hours. As far as per week, I guess between 25 and 30 videos per week.
Damn,
Yeah,
killing
and
it,
then you
brother.
times that by four, about 100 videos a month, if not more.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
So I'm hearing a little bit of an accent. Where are you from?
I'm Nigerian, bro. Nigerian, born and raised. Shout out to all my Nigers out there, Niger boys. But yeah, no, I was born in Nigeria. Lived there till I was 9. Then I came here to the U.S.
Damn,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into broadcasting? Like, what made you want to do that?
YouTube was just a side hobby for me. Because growing up, like I used to watch a lot of content creators on YouTube. I don't know if you were on YouTube like way back when, but it was just fun. People were doing skits, people were doing parodies, people were like doing commentary. So for
Hell
me,
yeah.
that yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I had a channel in 2008, and it was a hip hop channel and a
Oh
fitness channel.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So like that's all I would watch was just these content creators. And like there wasn't the name content creator on YouTube, right? It was just
Facts.
regular random people just getting online and they would do parody. Like if a Drake video dropped, there would be a parody. If a Soldier Boy, moment happened, parody. So like I just enjoyed comedy skits and just music and hip hop. So then I was like, like why don't I do this? Why don't I just make a channel?
Hell
Um,
yeah.
for me, my inspiration to basically start YouTube was it's a YouTuber called Deadly X. I know most of you guys probably don't know him, but he was probably one of the funniest guys that I used to watch on YouTube. And then one day he just made a video saying, "Yo, YouTube is a great side hustle if you want to make a little bit of money." So I was just like, "Oh shit, like I do." So I just started
Yeah.
YouTube. I started off doing parodies, and then I started like reviewing videos, music videos, and from there, like I just enjoyed it. It was more so kind of an outlet for me that I needed at the time. Because I was super shy growing up, bro. Like I didn't like to read in class. I didn't like to talk out loud. So like I was shy and quiet. But then I would go home and like just get on YouTube and just film just these crazy videos, man. So yeah, that's what got me started.
Yeah, no, yeah, I saw a study that showed most YouTubers are actually introverted.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I
man.
prefer staying inside too. Have you ever saw this channel called Swoozy?
Susie, yes, yes, yes. That's
Yeah,
the yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Susie, he's an
Yep.
OG YouTuber.
Oh
Is he still
man,
making content?
huh?
Is
Is
he
he
still
still?
making
Hell
content?
yeah.
Dope, dope.
I
Yeah,
want.
man, bro. Susie shit.
Yep.
His shit was fire, man. His like
Hell yeah.
stories was crazy.
Deep
Yeah,
and
man.
Dale, I used to watch a lot, bro, and that's what got me into it too. I'm like, damn, but I also love the news,
Hmm.
right? So at the time, I didn't have this animation. Like it was just live on screen and like green screen shit. So
Yeah.
like, I feel you, man. Like that was a magical time. Did you ever get any pushback for that? I know my channel got a lot of pushback during like those early ages of YouTube. That's
Hmm.
even crazy to say it like that. But like that early era of YouTube, I know I went straight into news, right?
Hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, why would there be a news channel like a YouTube one when there's like CNN, ABC, and stuff like that?" Did you ever get any kind of pushback like that when you started?
No, because I was also doing commentary on like news, right? So back in college, like I would literally go to class, come back, and then just like search like Yahoo News, like every kind of news source that I would find to find a good story to talk about. I never got that kind of pushback, but some of my videos did get flagged. I guess they were like too graphic or whatever. But that's when you come on YouTube and like you
Hold,
don't really
hold
know
on, hold
that.
on, hold on. Let's stay right
Yeah, yeah.
there. Now we both took a flag
That's a fact. That's a fact.
back
That's
to
a fact.
back. How did that affect you, man? Did that affect you at all?
A little bit, man. A little bit because YouTube is it's all about momentum and algorithm, right? The more videos that you put out, the more that you put your content out there, the more YouTube is gonna push you. So that's a little tit for tat, a little secret for new YouTubers, right? The more content that you make, the more YouTube is gonna push you out. So yeah, they got me for 7 days, man. And I'm not gonna say it here because I don't want them to mess with your channel, but you guys already know. It starts with C, ends with D. It was a video that I was trying to post of Styles P basically talking about it. And yeah, they got me. They were like, hey,
Yo,
this violates our medical, what is it, their medical community guidelines.
man.
Um, so I couldn't upload for a whole week, man. Yeah.
Yo, they got me with 42 Doug. Yo,
Yeah.
42 Doug, I got smoke for you now. That was some nasty shit. But I was trying to bring awareness. Hey, this is some nasty shit.
Yeah.
And they got at me for it. Like, I didn't do it. He did
Yeah.
it.
But that's a warning though, right?
No, they gave me a strike. Like an actual strike. I had to go to like
Yeah.
some type of school thing.
Yep,
And then
yep,
it's
yep. Strikes.
over in
Yeah.
November, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still working on a handicap. Like, if it wasn't for my chat, commenting, and liking, bruh, like you
Hmm.
said, it's an algorithm. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You gotta have those impressions, those those interactions, those engagements, or it's gonna,
Yep. Yeah.
especially if they shadow ban
Yeah.
you. So that's when
Yeah.
you need all the support you can get, or that shit is gonna flop.
Yeah. So that's why for you guys watching, that's why people say, yo, thumbs up and like this video because it actually does help when you like and comment. So stop whatever you're doing right now. Hit that like button for my guy Romeo if you haven't. All right.
Facts.
Like and comment. I don't care what you comment. You could comment that the weather is beautiful today. Just comment something, man, because that really helps us out.
Facts. But yeah, man, tell me a little bit more about you growing up, man. How was that experience? Like in both in Nigeria and the US?
Yeah, man, for sure. So growing up in Nigeria was interesting. Um, I did speak the language. I speak Igbo, and I still do now.
Nice.
But I couldn't really tell as far as like how rich my family was or how poor we were, right? Because Nigeria, like, you have to pay up front for everything. You got to pay for like school fees. You got to pay for your apartment like a year in advance. So growing up, like I would see like neighbors not have certain things that I would have. So I never really considered like I guess my family to be well off. But they did a great job in not letting us know that, right? Like they made sure that we had everything that we needed. And then yeah, man, it was very short lived. I did probably up to fifth grade there. Then I came here. And then here was just, bro, it was a total like culture shock. Um, Definitely total 180. I thought kids here was like meaner, because growing up in Africa or like in Nigeria, right? There's this perspective that America is like supposed to be this like utopia, right? It's like this perfect country where everything is nice. It's a whole perfect picture painted for you, but then you get here, you're like, oh shit, like people are mean, and you gotta actually work for shit here. So yeah, man, it was definitely a culture shock growing up, and then especially at the time, people here, Black Americans, they really didn't like Africans, right? They would make fun of us and stuff like that. So that was all stuff that I had to go through growing up. And then fast forward to like now, or let's say 6, 7 years ago, where everybody now wants to go back to Africa, which is a great thing, which I'm very happy for it. But that was my experience growing up, man. It was just two different cultures, coming here, like the food, the people, everything, man. Not really having that much family, if any at all. So yeah, it was definitely a little bit tough growing up here, man.
Yeah, I always wanted to hear like someone's ideology or just thought process of what they thought America was like coming from somewhere else. I know just moving across country in the same country,
Yeah,
it was a culture shock. It was completely different. Coming from Los Angeles to Ohio, so coming from Nigeria to a completely different country, that had to be intense. So
yeah.
like school, how was school for you in both
School,
places?
bro. School was rough. I'm not even gonna cap to you, man. Like I think any African immigrant would tell you that when they come here, nobody really wants to talk to you. Nobody really wants to be a friend. Like I did have friends, but for the most part, like people look at you as just this African kid, right? And then you have an accent, which most people, or some people are not really used to hearing. So they'll just kind of like disregard you, you know. And then you kind of had to like form your own friend group within that. So like I had a good friend group that kind of kept me afloat. But yeah, man. And then you get bullied too. That's another thing too that people also go through as well. So it was rough. I think up until probably my sophomore year of high school was when I finally came into myself. I finally, became, who I wanted to become. Being proud of being where you're from, and, not really taking shit from anybody. But yeah, man, when you come here, it's rough. It's rough for immigrants.
Yeah, that was a big thing during like our era, was like bullying and shit.
Yeah.
Like now they got the cyberbullying, but before there was no internet, so those motherfuckers had a lot of time. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
focus
Yeah.
that energy on just one person.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
and like you wouldn't really have that many people stick up for you, so you just kind of had to just eventually stand up for yourself. Um, but yeah, man, it's rough for any immigrants, coming to this country, But again, it depends on where you were. Like I went to an mainly all black high school. So kids, they're cracking jokes on you, making
Oh
fun
yeah,
of you, whatever it is, bro. Yeah.
yeah. Shit, do you ever go back and be like, "Look at me now, bruh"?
Nah, man, I don't even see any of those people anymore. Like I still keep in touch with like certain people from like high school, but from middle school and like fifth grade, like it's all a blur. Like none of those people like even cross my mind. Yeah.
Shit, I feel it now. We've also seen you get your roses, man. Like we're seeing a lot of our peer group that they're legendary. Are
Mhm.
even singing your praises. Who so far has, given you like a form of a shout out?
Oh man, Joe Budden,
Yeah,
shout out Joe, and then Van Lathan, and then Star.
yeah.
Um, Yeah, those were like the three like main ones that just like shouted me out and said that they watch my content. Just was surprising to me, man, because these are the guys that I like would like watch and listen to their podcasts. Like, you
Yeah.
know, when I wasn't on YouTube, when I was just working 9 to 5, I would be listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and I still do. I would watch Van Lathan on TMZ, and then watch any of his podcasts, and then Star. Obviously, like a lot of us people, like grew up just listening to Star on the radio. So yeah, man, it was definitely shocking and surprising to to be acknowledged by these guys. Especially because I don't have that big of a channel, right? Like I don't have 50K subs. So for them to be able to still see my content and to be familiar with me, that's pretty dope to me, man.
You have a great channel, brother. I think it's growing fast.
Oh
Like, hell
yeah.
yeah. When we first, me and my lieutenant Holiday, bro, I was like, look, I think you were around, I think you just got, no. I think you were at 13K. I was like, hey, I'm going to hit up Chigs and I'm going to see if he wants to sit down for an interview.
Yeah.
Shit, we got caught up in a beef. Had to put somebody in the dirt. And I'm like, man, nah, I'm not going to let this beef consume this channel. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this interview off. I'm gonna hit up Chigs, and Chat. He's a good guy, man. He immediately was like, "Yeah, I'm down. Let's do this." You know what I mean? So I definitely thank you for that. Now the Joe Budden thing, man. What do you make of that whole fiasco? Like with him, Rory, and Maul, their whole little situation. I've always wanted to get your direct thoughts on that.
In terms of how they split up, or in terms of them splitting up?
Them splitting up, where they're at right now with the new podcast and Joe and his podcast right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. So with them splitting up, that was definitely surprising to me, and I think to everybody, right? Like we knew at a certain point that these guys, all right, there's some issues going on, right? There would be some jokes that Rory would make on the podcast, and it would be like, was that a joke? Or, because Rory has that humor where like he'll make a joke and you think that, it's nothing, where, we come to find out that, oh shit, like these guys have been subbing each other on the podcast. Like, you would never expect that, right? That's the absolute extreme of possibilities that you would expect, is for these guys to actually have a beef. Because from the outside looking in, right, everything was going so well. They just got a great deal from Spotify. They have other things coming up. Joe just got on Patreon. So we were thinking that everything was all gravy, and that they will be able to get through this. They did have a couple episodes where they came back after their beef, but ultimately them splitting up, man. I mean, personally, I kind of prefer them to be together. I just think it flowed better. The conversations was better. But both of them are doing pretty well now. Rory and Mull are doing their thing. I think that they're still trying to figure out what works for them and what doesn't. Which is why Rory tweeted, I think 2 weeks ago, asking fans for what they would like to see in their podcast. And then Joe's just, doing his thing. So I think both of these guys have rebounded well. But again, the fans, myself included, I still want to see them come back together and do content.
Man, I don't know. I have a completely different take, brother.
Oh, yeah, talk to me.
Man, I don't know. Why I feel a way about Joe's fans, dog, and his supporters. I feel a way. Because it's like, look, how the fuck he brought on, like, yeah, they were friends. They had that dynamic. But, bruh, I brought them to you. And then to just I went to Rory and Maul's comment section, right? I was trying to check the waters. I'm nosy, bro. So I wanted to see what the general consensus is. Thank God, I don't know if thank God, man. Y'all better not switch up on me. But apparently we have some mutual subs there. And I was like, damn, y'all really threw Joe Budden in the bushes like the Frisbee, right? and they were like, they went in on that comment, like not on me, but was like expressing yes, like like overwhelming support. At first, I thought it was hype.
Yeah.
But it is really looking like they got a fan base out here.
Oh yeah, man. I'm not, that doesn't shock me, man. Yeah, because
It
bro,
shocks me.
even
I
when
thought
they were
Joe was the
on,
major talent on there.
huh?
I thought Joe was the major talent on there.
He is, but it's like any show that you watch or any movie, right?
Yeah,
Everyone isn't gonna be just glued to the main character, right?
that's
The
true.
main character is gonna have his fan base, but then the side characters too are gonna love every single thing about the other characters, bro. Part
Okay,
says maybe
that's a
3
good way to
words
put
every
that.
podcast, and bro, he's got a hive. He's got a whole hive.
That is true.
That doesn't shock me that these guys have a fan base, and then combine that with people seeing what went down with them and Joe.
Allegedly,
People are gonna feel a certain way. Like even to this day, like bro,
Yeah.
Joe still gets tweets from people saying, "Yo, you did your friends wrong." So yeah, man, that was a huge situation that kind of parted people, man.
Yeah,
Put his fan base up and was like, "Yo, like this is messed up. This is how I feel. I think that you did your friends wrong." And then you have people still on Joe's side, like Rory and Maul was getting kind of dry, whatever it is. But yeah, nah, man, I wasn't shocked at that.
yeah. Damn, I'm still shocked by that.
Nah, they got fan
But no,
bases,
what
man.
you
The
said,
guys-
what you said made sense. Like that's the
Yeah.
perfect. You couldn't put that more perfect. Like me, I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, right? And I remember in school, you would have random fans of Tien. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, did you see his tri-beam? I'm like, nigga, did you not see Goku go Super Saiyan? Like, he just went gold. He did that. But what
Yeah.
about Tien? So, I
Yo,
get
did
it.
you watch Yu Yu Hakusho?
Oh, hell yeah.
Bro, that's my shit, right? Like that's probably my top 2, right? It's Naruto and that, and then followed by DBZ. But
Hell yeah.
I didn't gravitate towards like the main character, right?
Yeah.
My favorite character is Kurama, the guy with the roses.
Yeah.
Like,
My
bro.
favorite character is Vegeta. That's why what you said
Okay, yeah.
hit home. Like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
He's the reason why I love roses, like red roses. To
Yeah.
this day. Like that shit is just embedded into my head. Like I'm gonna get a tattoo soon of
Yeah.
a red rose just because of him. Like, so yeah, man, nah, bro. People are gonna gravitate towards other characters besides the main ones.
That's true. That's true. You made such a valid point. That was eloquently done. Now, in this music game, dog, who's your top 5?
My top 5 of all time or top 5 right now?
Let's do right now.
Top 5 right now that I just, whatever mood I'm in. Number 1 is Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
Fabio Foreign, to me,
I'm
he's
seeing a lot of
batting.
people sing his praises lately.
Bro, he is batting 98% right now. Every single song besides the last one he put out, I literally played him like 10 times a week. So it's Fabio. I like Nav. I like Uzi. And
Hell
then
yeah.
number four is Rick Ross. And then number 5 is Gunna.
Rose is
Between Gunna and Lil Baby, yeah.
Man, I don't even know who I would. I know King Von is number 1. I can't escape with
Von is fire, yeah.
Like,
Von is on my like number 6 list, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Damn, that's hard. Top 5 right now because I listen to so many. I know King Von. I listen to a lot of Lil Baby. I don't care what nobody say. The Baby be spitting.
Baby's fire, man. Nah,
Yeah.
bro, the Baby's up there, man. The
You wanna
Baby
talk
is
about a
up there, bro.
consistent
He
guy,
hasn't
he
had
has it too.
that many bad verses, if
Yes.
any, in a long time.
Yes. Thank God I'm not listening to Pooh Shiesty right now. He was tearing my mind like I was in the trap. Like, I was about to pull up on somebody.
yeah.
Yeah, oh man, I'm like, bruh, I've never even caught a parking ticket. Listening to this Pooh Shiesty, though.
He was fly, yeah. Dirk is up there too. I'll
Hell
put Dirk
yeah.
up there.
Now, what about your all-time? Who is your all-time top 5 GOATs?
Bro, you know what's funny, yo? I don't really like all time. It's not gonna be what people expect, right? Let me just preface it by this, even though I don't have to, because it's my list. I don't gotta explain shit to anybody. But I didn't grow up here, right?
Right.
I grew up in Nigeria. I came here in '03 when what I was hearing was a lot of Southern music, right? So that's the era that I came up in, right? I didn't care for the super lyrical lyricist. You know, oh, he just spit 16 bars within 2 seconds. God damn, no. My top 5 all time, Rick Ross. Yo, by the way, you know what's funny?
Man, he is slept on, dog.
Bro.
He has a legendary classic catalog.
A fact. In high school, Rick Ross, I used to tell people, Rick Ross is my favorite rapper. People used to be like, yo, what? You like Rick Ross? He's trash.
Meat Riders, bro.
15 years later, Ross is still fire.
Facts.
So yeah, Rick Ross, Gucci Mane, T.I. is definitely in there. And then I gotta put Uzi in there, right?
Yep.
And then number 5, I'll put Akon in there. I'm not gonna lie, Akon he provided the soundtrack to a lot of my childhood growing up. Like there was an era where right before T-Pain, even after T-Pain came out, Akon was in every single song coming out. Yep. Yeah. It was him and Wayne, literally. Every single song.
That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT right there.
Yeah, Wayne is also on my list too, actually.
You was going to say it. Yeah. Mine is Tupac because I grew up in L.A.
Okay, for sure.
That was the soundtrack every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
and the fact that he was already rich as fuck and was grinding like that.
Yeah.
Relentlessly. Just because it was the love of the craft, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne. Like, Tupac taught me a lot of, like, early morals and values and shit.
Right.
Wayne. Like, right after that. I know that's crazy right after. But, like, Wayne. You know, people will probably give me shit. Like, how do you have Tupac first, then Wayne?
Nah, it doesn't matter, man. Bro, that's your list.
That's my shit. Drake, I grew into him over the years.
Ooh, yeah. I put Drake in mine, yeah.
Even though I shitted on his last album, I'm not gonna shit on his legacy. You know what I mean?
He's a legend, bro. He's a legend.
Yeah, like Drake's definitely in my number 3. Number 4, I gotta make a list. I've never made a list. Number 4, who would that shit be? I don't know. I listen to so many. I listen to a lot of motherfuckers from the South. That's a whole different list, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, especially in high school, I even bumped Waka Flocka a lot in high school.
Well, yeah.
I feel like they attributed drill to 50 Cent. How? That sounds like a Waka Flocka track.
Mm-hmm.
With better lyrics.
Yeah.
You know?
Lil Jon, too. Lil Jon.
Oh, my God. 4, Lil Jon. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm down to put him in my top 5. He has to be 4. Fuck, who would get that 5th spot? I don't know. I guess Wayne again until I figure it out.
Yeah. Jay-Z not in it?
No.
No, why?
I never grew up on a lot of Jay-Z. And then on the West Coast, it was hella biased towards Jay-Z. So I was raised to like, I liked it. The album I did like from him was the album everybody hated. But I like rock and I like rap. And when he did that shit with Linkin Park.
Yeah. That was fire.
Hell yeah, I loved it. My girlfriend at the time had bought me it was my like first official bought CD. No. My first official bought CD was Juvenile to G Code.
Okay.
Yeah. But then the second one was Jay-Z and Linkin Park. Man, I fucking love that. But nah, he ain't in my top 5.
Okay. Yeah.
like even Nas would be there before Jay-Z, especially because of Ether.
Yeah, man, I am not mad at that, man.
Yeah.
I feel like when people do their list, they feel the need to include certain people that people would be like, yo, you don't have this guy on your list.
Right.
I don't have Tupac, I don't have Biggie, I don't have Jay-Z. I didn't really grow up listening to them. I did like a couple Jay-Z songs, I'm not gonna lie. But as far as people that I would enjoy their music, nah.
Facts. Did you listen to any other genres growing up?
Yo, not gonna lie to you, bro. You know those like white songs, like "Hey There, Delilah."
Yeah. Oh,
those
shit.
type songs, bro.
Yeah.
I kind of fuck with them a little bit, man.
I feel it.
Fuck with them, man.
I feel it.
You know, because growing up, I used to listen to like,
I listen to a lot of 30 Seconds to Mars, so I feel it. I got a lot of guilty pleasures.
Yeah, hey man, listen, bro. Taylor Swift was also getting some space from me. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm an honest dude, man. I'm an honest dude. Taylor Swift was getting some spins. You know, who else was I listening to, man? I just grew up. Yeah, the only genre that I honestly didn't like was rock, heavy metal, like screamo, whatever people call it. Nah, but if it sounded good sonically to me, yeah, it was fire.
Yeah,
Lady Gaga, not gonna hold you, bro. I'm an honest guy. I was into Lady Gaga's music for a minute, man.
Who's the one who made that paparazzi song?
Lady Gaga.
That shit was fucking fire.
Lady Gaga, man.
It was fire.
Yeah, she had the one thing, just dance with Akon. Bro, I heard that. I said, no fucking way. Who the fuck made this? And then I looked into her, and bro, everything she was dropping was your straight fire. Yeah. And I know some guys are gonna relate to this. Don't fucking lie. Don't lie. A lot of you niggas enjoyed Lady Gaga's music. Man, I'm just one who's gonna be honest and say it, bro.
Now, since I got you here, this is great because you're another broadcaster too. So we can get into some other shit too. So now there's Drake and Kanye album, bro. This head to head they just had.
Yeah.
Which album was you rocking with most?
I'd say Drake a little bit more. You know, because he had more songs on there that I just enjoy listening to over and over again. And the thing with Drake is that you can always go back to his verses and hear something else that you missed, right? And most of his lyrics, right, they have meanings to them. Every single song Drake has dropped has a meaning, right? He doesn't have filler bars. He doesn't have filler verses. Every single song, you go back to it, he's talking about somebody. He's talking about something that happened to him, right? And then whereas Kanye is more of a just vibe, there's a lot of features on Kanye's song that, you know, I was just like, you know, this is cool. Like, I still like a couple songs from Kanye's album, but me personally, I'd say, you know, Drake, CLB.
Man, I got a completely different take.
I
thought that was his worst album. For reals, I thought it was an album full of mid. And I don't know if I got too used to the chip on the shoulder Drake. What's that shit you talking on the internet, Drake? Getting straight to it, Drake. But I felt like this album was uninspired. I felt like Donda, Kanye was pushing boundaries and sounds while still making a like album from the heart, and it was about God. Like, I thought, like, damn, like to make yourself that vulnerable as an artist and try something different. Drake was just trying to formula that shit out, and it just came across like mid.
Yeah. I'm not too mad at that take, man. You know, the way that I measure good albums or not is based off of how many songs I find myself going back to from that album, right? Nowadays, rappers will drop an album with 12, 13 songs. And it'll be hard to get at least 2 songs that you like from that specific album. With Drake, there's at least 5 songs that I go back to. With Kanye,
that's what I rated. I said 5 or so.
Probably two with Kanye's. You know, like
What two is
all the
that?
songs there are good, but as far as replay value to me, that's basically what I judge albums off of. Is do I find myself going back to certain songs on this album? If so, how many songs? So if a rapper is able to get more than two songs from me to keep going back on and keep like hearing and playing, that's how I qualify.
What two songs off the Kanye album do you go back to?
The one with Ruger, and then the one with Fabio, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I was fucking with Jail, that Lauren Hill tried. I was fucking with a lot of shit off that album.
yeah,
but replay value is important.
Yeah. Replay value, like that's
yeah.
Like if I can't go back to your album for any songs, that means you didn't do a good job.
Facts.
You
now,
know?
if you had to give advice to a YouTuber right now that's
Mm-hmm.
coming up, let's say they only getting like 10, 15 views, it's taking forever to get some type of form of traction. What advice would you give them?
I'd say just number one thing is just continue to be consistent in your content, right? Do not ever look at numbers because numbers are misleading, right? There'll be YouTubers that will have 1 million subs, but their views will be like 28K views, 50K views. So numbers matter, yes, but you know, if you're coming up, you just want to keep focusing on your content. Once you have your content down and it's something that you're passionate about, you'll be good. You know, just keep grinding, just keep putting out whatever you want to put out, whatever content, and you know, you're gonna eventually watch yourself grow. But that's the number one thing, is just to be consistent. And number two is just be passionate, right? Don't just make a channel because you see people getting lit and like, you know, making money from doing something that you enjoy watching, right? You actually got to be passionate about this thing, because YouTube is a grind and a hustle, and it will take years. It literally took me years to get to this point,
Chigs,
right?
here's a question a lot of people don't ask other YouTubers. During those dark times, like, what gets you through? Like, when you're trying to, like, get your channel seen, when you're trying to get your, like, first momentum, your traction, your legs going on your channel, what makes you get through, like, the mental health of it? Because people don't really address that. A lot of YouTubers have anxiety, too. You know what I mean? Because you're putting your body at work and project out every single time. You know what I mean? To be rated and critiqued. And YouTube is the only platform with a dislike. So if people aren't connecting with it,
that's a great point.
A
great point. Yeah.
You know, what was the thought process, and how did you? Because we all go through that shit.
Yeah.
What got you through those times?
Man, just keeping my goal in mind, which is to be a blogging platform that people will come to. You know, because I know that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So just know that, you know, going through dark times, through like times where like your channel isn't really popping or whatever it is, you just gotta keep your goal in mind of whatever you want to do, and know that it's achievable. You know, I'm nowhere near close to where I want to be, but I've damn sure come far from where I was.
Facts.
So yeah, man, you know, and then also just, you know, feel free to just like close YouTube and just like go outside, take a walk, enjoy fresh air, because you tend to get sucked in, and you know that can really affect your mental health. So, you know, take time, go outside, but if you really want to be on YouTube and make that like your full-time income, then you need to understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, it's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take sacrifice, and if you're willing to do that, you know, year after year after year, you'll be good. Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we've even got shadow banned. We went from 10s to 20s to 30s and 100,000 views to 10 views, 15 views, 20 views. and during that, you just gotta push, bro. Like,
yeah. Don't even look at views, man, because views are gonna come and go. Like,
facts.
Even me now, like I still get videos with like 500 views, 600 views. When most of my videos are like averaging maybe 5,000. So views are gonna go just depending on the video. Yeah. So that's just something that you got to keep in mind. Is just keep on going, keep on putting out content that you enjoy. Don't do it for anybody but yourself. You want to actually enjoy that process, because it is a process. Like getting videos, and I'm sure for you too, man. Editing, staying up late, rendering videos, uploading, all that time, finding a good title. That all takes time. Like that all takes time away from what you can be doing. So. Yeah, just keep going.
Oh, facts. Damn, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you, and it would be good for creators too. I had it. It was on the tip of my tongue. You was preaching. I was in it. I was like, facts. Preach.
Was it about YouTube?
Yeah. Another good question I don't get seen answered a lot is, did you brand? Like, when people are trying to get their traction and they first start like getting going, did you start with like trying to platform out, or did you just grind out YouTube solo?
Nah, man, you gotta just grind it out. Because you need content to be able to have a brand, right?
Facts.
You can't just come up with a brand and say, all right, this is my brand. Okay, what's your brand about? What's your content? So the main thing is just keep putting out content, keep doing it. Try to spend less money before you actually start getting traction, because I think that's what some people do, right? They get caught up in this whole, I have to have the best equipment, the best camera, and then like 2-3 months later they stop doing YouTube, and then you just wasted mad money for no reason. So just worry about content first, because that's what's gonna gravitate people to you, right? It doesn't matter what kind of content that you do, as long as you're consistent in whatever it is, right? I'm sure, bro, you've seen so many channels on YouTube, and you've seen their content. You're like, people like this shit?
Man.
But that's YouTube, man. There's a niche for every single thing. So whatever you want to do, if you want to make a channel counting marshmallows, if you want to make a channel...
I've seen something like that. I can't lie to you. I've seen some. My chat showed me some ASMR stuff. I'm like, yo, chat. They're probably laughing right now.
Bro, there's channels on YouTube, mukbangs. Literally, just watching people eat food and just talking is a huge thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter how weird it is. YouTube is for weirdness, right? As long as you enjoy it, you're passionate, you're creative with it, you're funny with it, or whatever. You just want to keep people entertained.
Facts.
And that's how you can pop on YouTube. But it may take years. This is a grind too.
Man, you can't be no stranger to the platform. We might need a part 2 of this interview. This was great.
I'm down, man. Appreciate it, man. This was fun.
This was good. I'm gonna send you the copy. I got you. Chat, we are out of here. Thank you, Chigs Smooth. It was a pleasure sitting down to you. I think this is not only informational about your background, so people know a little bit more about you. You dove deep into what it feels like, and the mentality and the mental health of a creator. So, man, it was a pleasure, brother. Thank you for sitting.
Yes, sir.